Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on the Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Happy Hump Day!
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Hump Day.
Wednesday.
Hump.
Never changing. How was your Memorial weekend, Terry?
I had a good time. I was able to escape the house for a day. I went to a Tiger game.
Okay.
On Monday. Had a good time. Met some nice people. Ate outdoors after the game. And, I just was free.
All right, good, man. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. We're not going to ask how Fish's day or weekend was.
No, it's kind of crappy. Fish is usually, hey, I'm Fish, and I'm just a happy
Fish
guy.
is
Not
grumpy
today.
this morning, so we're going to avoid him
so
right
grumpy.
now. Terry, let's get straight into it. All right? 7-game series.
Yes.
Life on the line.
Yes.
Going to Work Pistons.
I've had this conversation before.
Oh,
with
really?
Members of the Bad Boy Pistons and members of the Going to Work Pistons.
Would you like me to give you mine since I'm the newer, younger?
I want to hear.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what I think.
I don't think it's even close.
Okay.
I think the Bad Boys would sweep them, probably handle them in 5.
Okay.
I don't think you don't. Look, the Going to Work Pistons were phenomenal defensively. The Bad Boy Pistons were pretty damn good defensively as well. The 2004 Pistons could not keep up scoring.
Yeah,
with the Bad Boy Pistons.
I can't get beyond the 69, 67 games.
It's not going to happen
with Indiana, and
even if it came down to that, I would still trust the Bad Boys to win a 80, 78, 71, 67 game. Not a thing. I think they would beat them very comfortably. There's no answer for Isaiah Thomas. There's maybe an answer for slowing down Joe Dumars. What are you going to do about Dennis Rodman? He's going to be a pest. Do I have to mention Lambeer? I don't think it's even close, actually. I really don't.
Doing this debate, yes, I do think the Bad Boys will win. And then where I get in trouble is I think it might go 6 games if they play, but I'm not going to fight you over the 5 games. Of course, the Going to Work Pistons feel that they would find a way to win. But the other thing that scares me about the Going to Work Pistons that just doesn't match up well with the Bad Boy Pistons is if it ain't rough, it ain't right, And the Bad Boy Pistons, they came in focused every day. They weren't there to play around. And I think, besides the fact we can talk about the individual players, but I think the attitude would be the difference. Because I don't think the Going to Work Pistons were as serious about the game as the Bad Boy Pistons. And that Bad Boy Pistons team should have won 3 titles.
Yeah, that team is no joke. Again,
2004
Pistons.
Our little people here in Detroit are upset.
Why?
They're ranking the all-time NBA champions, and they had the Going to Work Pistons at number 74.
74 out of how many? 75, 100?
No, there was a few more than that. Probably 80 or something like that.
Where were the Bad Boy Pistons?
They haven't come out yet. They're doing 10,
okay.
so they're
up there. They're up there.
They're up there. They're going to be in the top 20.
I mean, I can't hate on it. What I would say is,
I don't hate on it either.
I'll put it this way: if you took the Going to Work Pistons, and they played the Bad Boy Pistons in the 80s, 90s era, Bad Boys would win easily. If you took the Bad Boy Pistons and put them into the year 2004, they would win easily. You don't have an answer for Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas will average 30 that series, easily. Easily. He's not going to be scared of Ben Wallace. Love Ben Wallace. Amazing basketball player. Love Sheed. Love Tayshaun. Love Rip. Could love them all. Doesn't matter. Not stopping Isaiah Thomas.
No,
Isaiah
they're not.
Thomas is 100x the player any of them were. Good luck having an answer for that. Who's going to guard him? Chauncey? Okay.
Well, Chauncey's going to try.
He's going to try. I can try.
May
I
not
try.
succeed.
Effort is not going to matter in that series. The Bad Boy Pistons are much more talented. It's not even close.
Yeah, and then even if let's say they play and the Bad Boy Pistons will be playing bad, Isaiah Thomas is not going to let them lose. There's certain players, yeah, they play basketball, but then they take it to another level and they're like, oh, we're in a close game. Now it's time to make our move on the other team. That's what the Bad Boys did. So I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they'll win 2 games. I'm talking about the Going to Work Pistons, but they may not.
I'll give them 1. That's it. Where's the scoring coming from? Rip?
Rip and Chauncey.
Sheed, an occasional 3? Maybe? Ben's not giving you 14, 18 on Lambier.
He'll give you 8.
If you're lucky, 8. Tayshaun? Love Tayshaun. He's a baby. He's going to get work.
Tayshaun was never he was a small forward and effective, but he wasn't at the time, the small forward was where you got your 20, 22 points a game. But you really didn't get that from Tayshaun.
Yep.
The problem for the Bad Boy Pistons would be the relentlessness of Rip Hamilton. He could have big games because nobody wants to chase him.
Joe Dumars.
You'd have to.
Joe Dumars probably would argue against that. I think Dumars would be a good matchup for Rip.
He would be, but I think the way they played, even Joe Dumars would have problems.
Oh, of course.
With Rip. Because when he was praised for guarding Michael Jordan, and he did a fine job. But even Joe would say, well, shoot, he's still got 32 points. So what are we talking about?
I mean, we have to even look at Rodman. Rodman's going to get how many T's are Rasheed Wallace and company going to get just from dealing with Dennis Rodman?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get under their skin.
Won't even finish games.
She'd probably punch him in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw what he did with Karl Malone back in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm. But,
Malone was ready to kill Rodman.
Here's the other thing that the Bad Boy Pistons don't get credit for. Their bench. They played 9 deep. And at points, James Edwards would score 8 points in the first quarter, and then you didn't hear from him. But that was his job. Or sometimes he'd come off the bench, and he just come out firing and hitting. Because he had that shot where he would go way high and you couldn't block it. So you had James Edwards, Vinnie Johnson, at times Rodman, and at times Mark Aguirre coming off the bench.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I think it's a sweep, 5 games at best. 5 games, I'm being very, very generous to the Going to Work Pistons. No disrespect.
Right.
You're not beating the Bad Boy Pistons. I'm sorry, and it's not even close.
And here's the other thing, and we don't like to admit this in Detroit, but when the Going to Work Pistons won their championship, every team they played had significant injuries, and so that really helped them win that championship too. And the Lakers didn't even take them seriously. When they played the Lakers, they sent me out to the newspaper sent me out to L.A. to do Lakers stories, and before I went out there, I was convinced the Lakers were going to win. Then after talking to Kobe Bryant, Gary Payton, and Phil Jackson, I was convinced there was no way the Lakers could win that series because they're already talking about, when they win. They say, I mean, if we win, their focus. It's the only time I saw Kobe Bryant unfocused, and I think the reason he was unfocused is because he really didn't respect that team. And he wouldn't pass to Shaq. And
the rest is history. That's so interesting, that whole Laker dynamic, especially at the end. That would have been a 4-peat, correct? Or was there a year gap? No, that was their 4th consecutive finals appearance. That would have been their 4th title. I mean,
yeah. So they walking in like, what's up? They didn't even know who they were playing.
God, what a team. What a team. But, yeah, sorry. Going to Work Pistons, great accomplishment. The only Pistons championship I've witnessed in my life.
Okay.
At an age where I can actually, remember something.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Not the Bad Boy Pistons, sorry. I'm sorry. It's just...
You were negative what?
Yeah, it's just not even close. And I think that's why I keep apologizing, because they are champions. But they're nowhere near the champions the Bad Boy Pistons were. And yes, they got into back-to-back finals. They lost one because Rasheed Wallace forgot that Robert Horry is...
Yeah, that's all Robert Horry does is hit game-winning three-point shots.
And you give him about 7 to 8 feet of space. It makes sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely game plan that going into the night.
Right.
If Robert Horry is just sitting there on the three-point line, coming out of a inbound pass, hey, you know what? Leave him open.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Rasheed went to double Ginobili, but the Pistons already had that closed out. So he was in the corner. He was in a bad spot. He wasn't going to get off a good shot. And then he left Robert Horry, and it's like, you could tell he's like, oh, shoot, what did I do? And as he's running back to try to block the shot, he knew it was too late. And he knew that shot was going in.
I like this comment from MP. He said the Bad Boy Pistons are a top 5-6 team all time in terms of champions. They slayed the holy trinity of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan, winning record against all three.
Right, and the other thing, the reason I think the Pistons are going to get the Bad Boy Pistons are going to get some love is because the '86 Celtics might be considered the best team of all time. I don't know how that's going to shake out, but that '86 team is going to rank in the top 5, and so the Pistons could have beat that '86 team if not for circumstances, and then in '88 they finally did, or '89 they finally did. So they're going to get some stuff because of that, and the fact that you had a backcourt, 2 Hall of Fame players, in Isaiah and Joe Dumars. And Joe made the Hall of Fame before he won his championship as a GM with the Pistons. It was strictly based on play. So, and Dennis Rodman is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, again, I find it difficult. Just explain to me how even whether it's in the 80s officiating, 90s, 2000s, I don't care the officiating. Officiating will have zero impact on this game. Zero.
Well, and also the Going to Work Pistons, they were thuggish too. They weren't this, flowing
so
up
it's
and
not
down
changing
the team.
anything.
Yeah, they played a similar style.
The
In
Bad
fact,
Boy
I think
Pistons.
the 2004 team probably would have wanted to play in the 80s.
Yeah,
Or
for
in the
sure. They
80s
would have loved
style.
it. I'm sure they would have loved it, but those games would have been 42-40 at the end of the game. God knows. Jokes aside.
But it's a win.
The Pistons, the Bad Boy Pistons, guys. The scoring, again, just find me an answer for Zeke. You can't.
No,
You can't.
you can't. And
The Lakers and the Celtics, who were very equipped, by the way, couldn't find an answer for Zeke. The Going to Work Pistons are going to figure it out? Yeah, okay.
no, and then you have to figure what great teams were there for the Going to Work Pistons. I'm not talking about all-time iconic
The Eastern
teams.
Conference? None.
Right. But now the Bad Boy Pistons had to go through some of the greatest teams of all time. We think of the Lakers, one of the greatest of all time. The Lakers at that time. The Celtics and the Bulls. Those are 3 teams probably going to be in the top 10. And the
Absolutely.
Pistons
I mean,
beat 'em.
I would argue the Kobe and Shaq Lakers, definitely one of the better teams, even though it was at the tail end. And then the Spurs, it wasn't necessarily the beginning because the Spurs were already a championship team in the 90s with Duncan and Robinson. But that was the beginning of the Popovich, Parker, Ginobili, Duncan era. So that's definitely a team that deserves respect for sure. We will take a quick break. When we get back, Terry, what the hell happened last night?
Oh, you said hockey game? Oh, my God.
Hockey game? That was a baseball game.
No, that was a basketball game.
Wow. That was insane. Connor McDavid is the best player. Arguably, I could say probably better than Prime Ovechkin at this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bold move.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Hell, I could even argue he's probably better than Sidney Crosby ever was.
But Ovechkin, his strength is that one-time
goal scoring. Yep.
Ovechkin, he's a great player, but he doesn't have the moves that Connor McDavid.
He doesn't have the team impact, and that's why it took 13, 14 years for them to finally win the cup. Not that it's his fault, but he is limited. Connor McDavid is a goal scorer and a playmaker, and that's something you don't often get.
I think it is partly his fault, Ovechkin's fault. I think he's a little bit of a fool. He probably doesn't take the game as seriously.
I think early on in his career that would be a very good argument. Definitely down the stretch for sure he has. But let's get to it in a bit. When we get back, we will discuss what happened in the NHL playoffs last night. The Mulligan is your official drink of the summer, and of course, summer is here. The Mulligan, made with gypsy vodka. When you're out on the golf course or just hanging out in the backyard, the Mulligan is calling your name. Ask for the Mulligan at your local golf course or at a Total Wine near you.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Well, it may be getting warm outside, but you can still get your tan on at Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. Chili Peppers has the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Pepper Tan!
All right, we're back here on the morning show. Terry?
Let me say one thing.
Go for it.
I want to praise Maddie for the professionalism that she just showed.
I knew that was coming.
I'll take it.
She just blew right through your
shenanigans,
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always.
She's getting used to it. It's good. This is a good thing.
So I was very impressed.
First of all, before I get into Edmonton and what I think of Edmonton, we got to give a special shout out. Nathan McKinnon, of course, phenomenal performance last night. But the MVP of Colorado last night was Cale Makar, or Maker. I mean, it depends how you want to say his name. Beyond the point, that kid is something special. He's out there killing penalties. He's out there going head to head against Draisaitl and McDavid. Oh, by the way, and he's putting out production. And, by the way, for everyone complaining about the offside goal, it was not an offside goal. Terry, did you see?
Well, they showed later it wasn't. Everybody thought it was at first.
It wasn't, and people, you need to understand the rule. The puck can cross the blue line, and the skater is still on the opposite side. It's until your stick touches that puck past the blue line where you become offside. That's why it wasn't an offside goal. So stop bitching.
Yeah, the refs got it right.
Stop mentioning me. Thank you. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Why were they mentioning you?
Now to the best player in hockey.
Oh, okay, cool.
And arguably one of the greatest players we've seen step on the ice in the last 25, 30 years. Easily. I think he's definitely top 5, top 7, wherever you want to put him in the last 30 years. This kid's special, and he's just getting started. Connor McDavid is unbelievable.
He's so good, he's not going to end his career in Edmonton.
Yeah, you know what?
The league is going to move him somewhere.
You know, that's been the knock on Edmonton. Ken Holland's the GM, by the way, for Edmonton.
I heard
fun
that.
fact.
Yes, nice young man.
This is super interesting because to play alongside Leon Draisaitl is special. Them two together is must-watch TV every night. Having said that, you can't give up 8 goals in a Western Conference final. And that was the knock on Edmonton, right? The knock on Edmonton was, well, you can get away doing it against Calgary, but wait till you play Colorado. And look, I mean, they were technically right. But the team scored 6 goals. How do you lose a game where you score 6 goals? 8-6? What? What?
Well,
we don't see 14 goals typically in a 5-6 game series, and sometimes in hockey.
But technically, they only gave up 7 because
the
empty
netter.
Empty netter doesn't count.
Yeah, but still, the backup goalie actually did pretty damn well when he came in. But I mean, at one point it was 7-3, and then McDavid, beautiful goal. Derek Ryan, Nugent Hopkins on the power play, assisted by, of course, Draisaitl and McDavid. By the way, they each have 21 assists in the playoffs. That is maddening.
It is. This series, and of course this is just game 1, but I think the all-time record for goals in the series is 69. They could blow that out.
They could blow it out easily.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at, guys, I just want to put what they're doing in the playoffs into perspective, Terry. Am I right to say, just in the history of hockey, always, regular season hockey, playoff hockey, completely different. Not only how it's officiated, but the defenses get much better. Correct?
Well, except from what I saw last night and what I've seen in the Western Conference. Western Conference is like, we're throwing that out the window.
It is
even St. Louis is scoring goals.
Yeah, but that's kind of the point I'm getting at, which is Connor McDavid and Draisaitl right now are averaging just over 2.15 points a game. To put that into perspective, if you did that for an entire regular season, you would have scored 160 plus points. Do you know how stupid that number is?
It's stupid and impossible.
That we haven't seen that since Yzerman, Gretzky, back in the day when the goalies didn't know how to get on their knees, basically. Before the butterfly was ever invented, that was a thing. That doesn't happen in today's NHL.
No, and they had the skinny goalie pads back then.
So
they basically had some. Back then, they basically had toilet paper rolls wrapped around their legs. That was their goalie pads.
That's unbelievable to me.
But
it really is.
What we're going to find out is they are not playing playoff hockey in the Western Conference. For 2 series, we've seen this. So in the East, where they're kind of playing playoff hockey, do the shenanigans continue in the Stanley Cup Finals, or does the playoff hockey, the way that you used to play, does that win out and just destroy?
I just think Edmonton is so gifted offensively, and they're so pathetic defensively. That will be their downfall. It's tough. Again, I'm guaranteeing you 2 points a night, just from one line. One line. They're getting you 2 goals every night. Start it. Book it. You start the game 2-0 every night with this crew. Mm-hmm. And you still can't win hockey games. You know, if I told you, oh my god, imagine they actually had a good defense and they actually had good goaltending. And Terry, I told you every game you were going to start up 2-0. How confident would you be in the series?
Oh, I'm already celebrating. Got the fireworks going, the champagne popping. I'm winning this series.
And thank you to Klomp in the chat for putting this down. Wayne Gretzky's record for a single season is 212 points. That is somewhere around just about near 4. It's probably like 3.6, 3.7 points a game. It's ridiculous, by the way. Mm-hmm. 2.15 for McDavid and Draisaitl right now. Probably a little higher than that after last night. It's not even funny.
Now here's the thing: you're allowed to put your hands on McDavid and Draisaitl. You couldn't touch Wayne Gretzky.
This is insane. I mean, don't get me wrong. As a viewer, I loved every second of it. 7-3, like that game didn't feel over, and that's pretty sad. Like again, that's pathetic. It's not what we're accustomed to watching playoff hockey, but that's what we're accustomed to watching Edmonton play and Colorado play. It's just what we've been seeing. But I want to turn our attention for a few minutes to tonight's game. Tampa Bay, New York. Tampa Bay looking to get to their third consecutive finals. Do you think they have an actual chance to three-peat? And two, who do you got winning the series?
Do they have a chance? Yes. I don't know. Tampa has looked a little shaky to me. I like the way the Rangers have played. It seems like they've been more physical and active than Tampa Bay for the most part. So I like the Rangers to win this series. But could Tampa Bay repeat? Yes. And the reason is because even if champions lose their focus, lose their stride, they know how to get it back. They know how to, you don't need a team meeting, but you need the leaders to say, hey, this is what we're lacking. Let's shore this up. So Tampa could become a little bit more boring, but just find a way to beat the Rangers. And that's what champions do.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay have a trump card in this series, and that's their goaltender. Vasilevsky is unbelievable. And he's arguably not only the best goaltender in hockey. I mean, if you guys remember back in the day, we're talking probably 10 years, remember the 2-3 year period Jonathan Quick had with the LA Kings, and they won 2 titles?
He was excellent.
He was excellent. This guy's better than that. It's unbelievable. If they're going to win this series, it's going to be because of goaltending. I wouldn't say they've been shaky. I would say it's been different. Right? We're accustomed to them winning so, I wouldn't say easily, but being the better team. I don't think they're the most talented team on the ice most nights. I don't think they're the best team, but they're probably the most experienced of the teams left in the playoffs right now.
The other thing that could hurt Tampa on the flip side is the fact that they've been to 2 Stanley Cup finals. And that means your season is extended. You I don't want to say you get bored of playing with hockey, but you've played too many games, and that could affect you too. It could affect you mentally, it could affect you physically. So on the flip side, that could be a downfall too.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what will never be my downfall. First of all, Maddie, and second of all, my unbelievable appreciation for our friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency who are doing excellent work in raising awareness. Maddie, could you tell us more?
Yes, I can. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Well, if you haven't checked it out yet, you need to head to the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. That is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. They've got 2 ways to play, $12 unlimited open play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine as well as multiple full bars. Check it out at thefoalingwarehouse.com.
All right, Terry, 8:30 this morning, Wednesday. Love having you back. I have a question for you. We've seen a lot in the NFL. The NFL is no stranger to domestic violence cases, to sexual assault cases.
Yes, to be expected.
To a lot of these things that happen off the field, and they're not shy from it at all. They own it. They own it in the sense of they don't care, essentially. If you can play football, you're on the team. Sean Watson is now facing his 23rd lawsuit. Details still emerging. Essentially, this individual, the plaintiff, changed her mind after she had watched some documentary. I forget, something on HBO Max. The hell if I know.
It's probably a bogus story, but go ahead.
Well, that's kind of where I'm getting at now. We have all these allegations. There hasn't been progress in the courts. What the hell does the NFL do? Not just to prevent this, but I would say, you know, if I'm the NFL, this is a story that's gone on too long, in my opinion. Now, I understand the courts work a certain way. You have to go at their pace. You're adding a lawsuit after lawsuit. You have to give the lawyers time. I get it. When does the NFL step in and say, we need answers, like, now? Or is that something that's really not their place? Because if I'm the NFL, if I'm Roger Goodell, this is a really bad look. If an NFL franchise just traded all these assets, gave all this guaranteed money to a guy that may not even play this year, which we'll get to in a little bit, and who is not facing his 23rd allegation.
The NFL's in a tough spot from this perspective. I think in the back of Roger Goodell's mind and other people, they know this guy shouldn't be playing. But he's good for the league because he can play. He's one of the top players in the NFL, and they want these guys on the field. That's why you see rapists and not child molesters, but people who've done bad things play in the National Football League. Because the NFL just think we could do anything and get away with it. That's why Deshaun Watson might play this year. That's why he's on a team. That's why he signed a contract. I think it's a bad look. Not only did a team sign this guy and you gave him a $250 million contract. That's awful. And I know people, well, no, nothing's been proven yet. Look, here's what we do. We've decided, or some of us, not everybody, have decided 23 women are lying. That's what we've decided because we are so enamored with the superstars and we want to see them play that even though there's 23 lawsuits and I don't know how many women have come forward, we've chosen to say, you know what, they're lying or they're only after his money because we want to see this guy play so much. So I think at some point, teams, fans have to say, no, these guys are doing awful things. Sometimes we should believe the accusers, especially when it's 5, 6, or 7 people, and just not play these guys. Or at least don't give them $250 million contracts.
What I find difficult, Terry, is look, again, I don't think it's a case where the NFL's... I don't see anything outside of pure catastrophe taking down the NFL. Like, the NFL is just what it is. It is the greatest sport in this country. It is the most viewed. It is the most bet on sport. Like, sorry, the country essentially revolves around the NFL. That's not going away anytime soon. But how many more cases do you need to have adequate rules in place and procedures that allow you to protect yourself? Like, I'm actually on the NFL side on this one. I'm trying to think, hey, how do we protect ourselves from a guy where we're about to give him $250 million, like you said, all guaranteed. We still don't have the answers we're looking for, and now it's being dragged out in court again. And this could have been settled years ago. Not years, a year and a half ago. From the very beginning. It could have been a settlement immediately. The lawyer and Deshaun Watson said no. They wanted to clear his name. All right, fine. Here we are. You haven't played a game of football in over a year. You might not even play this year, which gets me to my next point. There are reports he's expected to miss the entire season, and that's why they're keeping Baker Mayfield.
Right. And how do you feel if you're Baker Mayfield?
Pretty
he's
worthless.
Already pissed off.
Yeah, pretty worthless.
So, even if you play Baker, he's going to have a crappy season. Because he's not only mad at the circumstance, he's mad at his own team. And So that, but it doesn't surprise me this is happening with Cleveland. Cleveland Browns, bad organization. They have bad things happen to them. And they were so desperate to, because they feel they're developing a team there. They're so desperate to be a contender that they dance with the devil. And you get burned sometimes.
They might pay the ultimate price for this. This is one of those moves where, again, is it the exact same move when I compare it? No. Is it the same roster? No. The coach? No. But when a team is looking to go from this level to the next level, it requires a big change. Now, it's usually at the quarterback position or the head coaching position. Those are usually the two that have the most impact. Mm-hmm. We saw the Lions do this. 9-7 wasn't good enough. We're going to bring in Matt Patricia and his buddy Bob Quinn, and we're going to go to the next level. Now, granted, they went the complete opposite direction, but that's kind of how it works around the league. You're looking for that guy to take you to the next level. Oh, you know what? We're getting to this. Hell, you can look at the Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr example. Mark Jackson wasn't a bad coach. He was just here, and you wanted to be here.
He was losing that locker room.
He was, though. I don't want to dog him, so we're just gonna leave it at that.
But he was losing the locker room.
He was losing some bolts in his head. Beyond the point, the Browns felt like they were here with Baker. They wanted to be here, and they felt getting Deshaun Watson was the answer, which in theory is. When you have a quarterback like that, that's a good thing. The problem is, not sure if he's going to play this year. Not sure he may even play next year. How long is this lawsuit going to go on? And how do we allow a trade of that magnitude with those picks involved to go through with zero clarity on what's happening legally? I find this actually insane. And I think the downside to this is if it doesn't work, and I don't know the outs of the contract or if they can even get out if he never plays a game for them, but if it doesn't work for Cleveland, they're going to spend another 10, 12, 15 years really bad. They're not going to recover from that.
No,
you don't just recover from that bold of a decision. That just doesn't happen.
But when you've been a bad franchise, you feel like you have to cut corners. Signing Deshaun Watson invigorated the city, but it was cutting corners because you knew there was a chance this guy may not play. You knew there was a chance more women could come out. There could be things that we still don't know about what Deshaun Watson did.
Apparently he was paying for sex. I don't know what that means, guys.
You don't know what that means? You never paid for sex before?
Have you? I don't understand.
Must be at home.
I don't understand. Like, you're Deshaun Watson. You're not a horrible looking dude. You're wealthy. It shouldn't be that hard to pull a few girls every once in a while. Or dudes, whatever you're into, I don't know. Like, this is insane to me.
If you're a pro athlete, you should never pay for sex.
That's kind of where I'm getting at.
I mean, some people might be willing to pay to have sex with you.
Yeah, no, I don't think those people exist.
Dude, man, let me go to L.A. One of my first trips to L.A. There was a Lakers party. And somehow I got invited. I don't know how. I still can't figure out how I got in there.
You do know, Terry. You know how. It's L.A.
I don't know.
Were you in the sports media?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get invited to everything in L.A.
Every woman in there was beautiful.
I mean, that's L.A. That's any big city.
And
Miami,
New York. All had breast jobs. You could tell they just had the dresses were cut so you could make sure that you saw the girls.
Okay.
And nobody was paying for sex that night. If you were a pro athlete.
You know, I don't want to divulge a name, and I'm not even going to give you the scenario of where it happened, but we had a buddy and a friend of mine who I can't name because you guys will know who the hell I'm talking about. but a friend of mine, we're looking to reach out to a buddy of ours. You know, he's having a low period in his life, so we figured we'd buy him a whore.
Okay.
And we were going to do it. And we had it all planned out. And unfortunately, our friend decided to leave. And we couldn't fulfill our promise that we made to each other. So, you know, Terry, we were going to basically buy him sex. But it wasn't going to be like some random, like, go to a hotel, we'll meet you there. No. This is going to be totally planned out. We were going to take him out to the bar. Some girl that we paid was going to come hit on him. This is going to be a thing.
Okay.
She was going to take him home, fuck the shit out of him, and he was going to be a new man. Sorry, excuse my language, by the way. I just have to tell the story the way it was. It's super important. So that was the plan. And unfortunately, we were never able to see it through. It's really sad.
How'd you mess that up?
I didn't. He
didn't
did.
mess anything up.
The individual that we wanted to pay for messed it up. He distanced himself from us, so we no longer have.
Maybe he felt that was the wrong thing to do.
No, he didn't know about it.
He didn't know about it.
He had no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the point. He was not going to know. We were going to pay like top dollar for some chick to come hit on him at the bar that we were at, get his attention. This is going to be a thing. Unfortunately, it never happened.
Maybe she wasn't that cute.
No, it wasn't a she or us problem. It was a he problem.
They hadn't even paid for her yet.
Yeah, we didn't even pay yet. We began the search, and you know, he just stopped being our friend.
Wow,
it's really sad.
Bad move. Bad move.
Oh God. All right.
Poor stick.
Everyone's gonna start guessing people in the office. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, I love it.
Oh God. Maddie, have you ever paid for sex?
No.
Question in the chat.
I have not.
Has anyone ever paid you for sex?
No, I have not.
Would you like to be paid for sex?
No, I would not.
But
Fish,
there's got to be a price, because there was a movie about that. The guy paid $1 million to sleep with somebody's wife, and the husband was thinking about it. I don't know, we shouldn't do that. And then he asked his wife. She said, "Yeah, let's go." So she spent a weekend with this guy for $1 million. Went to Hawaii and stuff. There's got to be a price. There's no price.
I'm making a Tinder profile for my wife. What do you mean $1 million? Are you serious?
What's a movie? We wouldn't do that in real life.
I mean, you never know.
They have
People
sugar
out
daddies
there.
for a reason.
I know,
there's
but
people out there that would do that,
everybody
Terry.
has a price. What is your price?
I don't have a price. Don't.
Yes,
you know,
you
I'm
do.
like the most
You have a
awkward
price.
human.
How much would someone have to pay to have sex with you?
Yeah, no, I don't. We're not doing that.
No. You know what? The fact that she went, that means there's a price, but she doesn't want to say it.
There's not a time in my life that I've ever even thought about how much I would cost.
That's because we just brought it up. You didn't think about it, but now it's
These are
there.
important questions, Maddie. Fish, how much would I have to pay
Adam
you?
would hoe himself out for $5, so.
Hey, whoa,
No.
I have standards. All right?
I will still
Little higher.
respect you if you name a price. Everybody's got a price.
What's your price, Terry?
I'd let my wife go out on a weekend for $1 million. No problem.
Well,
I would
$1
I would buy an Airbnb and sell my wife out on weekends during the summer for $1 million a weekend. I don't care. And she'd be okay with it.
And you know what? Here's the bottom line. When she's done with it, she's all yours again.
Nothing changed. What changed? Nothing.
Why are you looking at me like
I'm not.
like
I'm trying to make a point.
Target right now?
Here's the difference. Women view sex as an emotional thing. Guys view sex as just something to do.
It depends on the individual for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I buy into that a little bit. Yeah, makes sense. Let's
We're gonna move on now.
let's move on a little bit
Well,
before
there's
Maddie
Tinder
just
in the
walks out and
chat.
leaves. I'll give you guys the Tinder profile later. Lady Jane's, I was supposed to go yesterday. Unfortunately, my day is just extremely busy and unpredictable. So I'm going to go today because I look like a gorilla. Terry, I'm sorry you have to look at this, by the way.
It's quite all right.
10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. Lady Jane's, they're awesome stylists. Will take care of you like they take care of me for all your precision haircuts. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. For the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sports books, visit their website at OddsTrader.com. You can even download their app today for play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking. So head on over to OddsTrader.com.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show.
Congratulations, Adham.
Me?
Yeah, you were able to get the price for Maddie.
Oh, yeah.
During the break.
I did not confirm nor deny.
Which means you confirmed.
No. Your little goofy look like.
I was about to do a live read. That's not fair.
All right.
100,000. 100K.
Oh, boy.
Now, would you for 100K?
What, me?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. It's easy for me.
No. If you had to pay her.
Oh, I'm not paying for sex at all. I'm not paying even $20.
Okay.
That's easy. Or at least I think it is.
But don't guys pay for sex all the time?
I don't.
Because we got to take
dinner. Yeah, I guess. But that's like a formality.
Be nice to them.
That's more of a formality. That's just, you agree to a Tinder date. You both know what you're expecting out of each other. You handle that side. She handles the other side. And then you both leave the next morning happy. Okay. That's kind of how it works out. That's like a mutual agreement that nobody talks about. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've been out of the single life for a few years now, so God knows. Anyways, point is, let's move off the subject. Maddie's ready to kill me. Jared Goff. Terry, Chris Sims says it's a make or break season for Jared Goff. I would agree. Last year before the season, we were asked who had more pressure on them going into the year, Matthew Stafford or Jared Goff. And I said Jared Goff because the guy is fighting for his next contract, his career. If he sucks in Detroit, Terry, there is no next. Maybe as a backup, maybe. But there is no starting gig next for him if he comes out this year and doesn't perform with a top 3, top 5 offensive line, with a decent run game, with adequate weapons at wide receiver and tight end. This is going to be a bad look for him. So, yeah, I do agree with Chris. I think it's a make or break season.
But do we have to have Chris Sims tell us it's a make or break season?
No,
we
but
could
his
have
reasoning.
Joe from Roseville to tell us that. Because already some folks have him out the door already. One, his contract. B, he's not that good. And C, we're already talking about who could be his replacement. Is it going to be some college guy, or is it going to be some free agent that the Lions sign? So we're already thinking about the next guy. And we thought about the next guy when the Lions signed him.
Well, that was why you took 2 first-round picks, right?
Right.
And so I think this all, again, we're kind of revisiting, but it makes sense. This is Jared Goff's reality. Who's playing for their future? Jared Goff.
This is Chris Sims saying that the sky is blue. All right, we already know that.
Yeah.
But
I find it. I think the one issue I have with people's expectations of Jared Goff is, what are we expecting, Terry? If I were to ask Terry Foster,
yes, sir.
I don't need a stat line, but give me a ballpark. What are you expecting from this guy with this team in year 2? Are you expecting?
I can't say a number or anything.
You can. Are you expecting year 3 LA Rams version under McVay and Gurley, where he was 4,800 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions?
I got a word.
Go for it.
Competent. I'm just expecting him to be competent.
Which I think he is.
Guy,
right?
come in, do yeoman's work, be a blue-collar guy, get the Lions through the season so that next season you can find his replacement. That's all I expect from him.
I think you took the words out of my mouth. I would have used a different word. I would say, if I were to have to describe what I'd expect from him this year, average. Just be average.
Competent and average are
roughly the same thing.
And we're not arguing about this, but we argue about stuff that we actually agree. We just use different terminology.
We do agree. Like I said, I would have used a different word, but it's fine. It doesn't make a difference. It's the same thing at the end of the day. The guy needs to just be competent, average, whatever you want to say, because let's be real. If he plays better than average, right, better than competent, that allows Brad Holmes to say, all right, am I ready for the quarterback this year? And what I mean by ready is, am I ready to trade up for one? Because if Jared Goff plays well, they're winning football games. That's just the reality. So if you're picking 11, 13 this year, 15 possibly, who knows? All right, well, you got to move up a significant amount to get into that top 2, top 3 if you want one of the 2 quarterbacks that people are talking about right now. Now, as the draft season continues to unfold going into next year, college football plays out, we're going to hear 2, 3 guys that people aren't talking about right now outside of Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, and Brad Holmes is going to make a decision. Am I going to sit back at 13, 11, 15, wherever I'm picking, and grab this guy because he's who I want, or I know this is the guy, I'm going to trade 3 first-round picks, whatever it takes, to get that guy?
My prediction, they're going all in to get that guy. The Lions did not select a quarterback this year because they have faith in Jared Goff. They looked at the quarterbacks and said, garbage. If there was some franchise quarterback this year,
they would have gone for him.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be trading up for a wide receiver. They've been trading up for quarterback. They would have done everything they could to get him. But you don't get a quarterback just to have a quarterback. It's got to make sense. You got to look at this dude and say, okay, Adham, I'm sorry here. It's going to be more than the Adham. He can win games. No, he can win a championship. That's what you're looking for now.
Absolutely.
Forget about
you want Justin Herbert, you want Josh Allen, you want one of the young up-and-coming franchise guys where everybody in the league looks at him, Joe Burrow, and they say, I'd give up anything for it. And if I told you guys, let's just call it what it is. If you had to give up 2 first-round picks next year and 4 more first-round picks on top of that for Joe Burrow, would you do it?
Bingo.
I think a lot of you would consider it, which is saying a lot.
No, I wouldn't even consider it. I'd just say, here, let's do it.
5 first-round picks for Joe Burrow, for Justin Herbert, for Josh Allen. You would say yes in a heartbeat. You would. That's the value of a quarterback, not even just a rookie quarterback and the contract. Forget about that for a second. Having a quarterback is the most important thing you can have on a football team. The problem is a lot of these quarterbacks, what they deal with early on in their career is a talent is either super below par or they have an above average team in terms of talent, but average coaching. And they're never able to really take that next step.
Well, the first year is going to be ugly.
Oh,
whoever the rookie is, it's going to be ugly.
Unless he has a Joe Burrow type first year or a Patrick Mahomes type first year, then we're having a different conversation. But, I think Justin Herbert is another example of how much easier, and again, I know it's difficult. I'm not saying easy as anybody can walk into the league and do it, but
use the word easier.
Justin Herbert is just another example, Terry, of it is very possible for a rookie quarterback to walk into the league and have success if he is surrounded with adequate weapons and protection, which Herbert has had, Keenan Allen,
right,
Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, weapons. You walk into a situation where you're throwing a Darnell Mooney, and that's it. I'm feeling bad for Justin Fields. Do I think Justin Fields could be doing what Justin Herbert's doing? Probably not. But the point is, where you land in your situation really matters. And whoever this quarterback is of the future for the Detroit Lions is, he's walking in Amon-Ra St. Brown, TJ Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, the top 3, top 5 offensive line, and Jameson Williams. Not bad if you ask me. Is it elite? No, it's very young. It's raw. It's unproven. But it's a very good situation.
You know why the Lions don't have a quarterback? I blame one person.
Uh-oh.
Matthew Stafford. Because when Stafford was the Lions quarterback, the Lions were so afraid of offending him, so afraid of making him upset, that they never had a guy that you felt confident could take over a team even for 1 month or a few days. They always had these scrub quarterbacks backing up Matthew Stafford. They allowed a plethora of talent go away because they didn't want to offend Matt.
Yeah, I don't know. When Martin Mayhew and Bob Quinn are your GM, it's kind of tough for me to...
Yeah, but Martin Mayhew, you always got the best player available. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He used to kill me. He said, "Who you gonna?" Media always said, "Matthew." Mr. Mayhew. Who you gonna draft? Oh, the best player available. And it was always the worst player available.
Eric Ebron.
Right.
God, Martin Mayhew. What a disaster.
You know what? I knew Martin Mayhew was going to be a bust.
Why's that?
Before there was this function at Ford Field. And although I used to rip him in the paper, Matt Millen used to talk to me. And one time he said, "Foster, come here." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Martin Mayhew, he's going to be a stud." No, he said, "He's a stud." As soon as he said that, and when he took over, I'm like, "Oh, this guy's going to be bad." If Millen is saying he's a stud, there's got to be something wrong with him. and it was.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, Terry. Look, what I will say, just to close the subject on the quarterback situation, the Lions are building a team, and I like that. I like the fact that they're addressing what's important to build a football team. You need to protect the quarterback. You need to surround a quarterback with weapons. You need to have an adequate pass rush, which this team has not had in 8 years. They've addressed it. Now, is it going to work out every pick? No. But they're doing things that competent, well-run organizations do, which is they don't cave in to public pressure. They don't try to be the smartest people in the room. Look at Baltimore. Baltimore didn't do anything extravagant in the draft. They were patient. They got a first-round pick for Hollywood Brown. I can't believe they got that out of it. Great deal for them. They take Kyle Hamilton. They go get another secondary player. They do okay. They didn't do anything special, and they walked away with good football players. That's what the Lions did. They didn't do anything special.
No, but here's the next step the Lions must make, and I think they'll make it. They must make a move where the public here is going to say, "You gave up too much. You gave up too much," but they're going to get their quarterback.
Yep.
So
I would give up 4 or 5 first-round picks for the quarterback if you told me it was going to work. I would give up 6. I don't care. I would give up 5, 6 first-round picks for Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. You want to even date it back, like anybody you want. This is the most important position. So, yeah, Brad Holmes has 2 things ahead of him, the quarterback, and do you have the head coach?
And where did Brad Holmes come from?
The Rams.
And what did the Rams, have they had a first-round pick in the last?
Nope.
Yeah, they're like, damn.
And they're doing just fine.
And you know who else gives up first-round picks? Back in the day when they were good? New England Patriots.
Yep.
They always took that first-round pick, which is wasn't a great one, would be 25 or something like that. But they would trade back, get a couple second-rounders.
Yep.
And it seemed to work. Not saying you shouldn't have first-round picks and they're not valuable, but other organizations...
What's more valuable, 4 first-round picks in a 4-year span or a franchise quarterback?
Franchise quarterback.
That's, I think, where we're all at. Anybody
Don't
that
pick the wrong one.
It's a different conversation. Top of the hour, we've got a lot to discuss. Terry, I'm going to tell you why the Detroit Lions had a franchise-altering draft.
Okay, I can't wait to hear this.
Before we do, Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about our good friends over at Cintron?
Yes, I can. The summer of Cintron is officially here, and now you can pick up Cintron at your local Kroger. They even have a deal going on right now, too, for just $4. That's an absolute steal. Cintron is the new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
It's a great day to get some Cintron in your life. Okay. There it is. Cintron, here we go. Gotta grab your cranberry. Oh, wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Cintron World, baby. Cintron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CintronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
When you need apparel, there is only one place to go, and that's our new friends at Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has the styles that you want. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4BIG-FROG.
All right, we're back top of the hour here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry?
Yes, sir.
The Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Had a franchise-altering draft. Now, typically what we associate franchise-altering is when they draft a quarterback, right? Oh, you drafted Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. I'm going to go a different direction this morning. They had a franchise-altering draft, not because of who they picked, but what they picked. Typically, the Lions, Terry, in a normal draft, in a Bob Quinn, Martin Mayhew, even Matt Millen era, you know what happens in this draft? They take Al Hamilton at number 2. Or they take Malik Willis. And then they trade up to 12, and they take Cole Strange, the kid the Patriots took at 28. That's what happens.
That's them.
And look, I'm not trying to elevate the Lions draft just because how bad every other GM was, but I think it's really important. Look at Brad Holmes' first draft. 2 interior linemen, offensive linemen, wide receiver, secondary, linebacker, running back. Okay. This past season, double down. My first 2 picks, edge, receiver. 2 of the 4 most important positions in football. Damn it, I'm doing it again. Josh Pascal at 46. Damn it, we need safety depth. Kirby Joseph, number 1 ranked PFF safety on the board. I'm not going to sell you on the player they took will change the franchise's history. What I'm telling you is this is no longer a joke franchise, in my opinion, in terms of how they operate as a front office, strictly the GM. This guy knows what he's doing. This is a GM that understands his job, and his job is to provide the team with talent, secure draft capital. When's the last time this team ever had draft capital, by the way? When was the last time the Detroit Lions ever had, walking into a season, 2 first-round picks, prior to Brad Holmes showing up?
It's been days and Sundays.
And they've had excellent players on this roster over the years. They were never able to trade them for anything. What Darius Slay go for, a 4th-round pick? What I've seen this past draft, Terry, from the Detroit Lions is this. Legitimate front office capabilities. A team that's investing in what matters. Because like you said, Brad Holmes looked at the quarterback class and said, psh, nah, I'm good, right?
Absolutely. Garbage.
And typically what GMs do and what bad GMs do and what bad organizations do is say, if we don't take a quarterback, how are we going to keep our jobs? How am I supposed to keep my job if I don't get a quarterback right now? AKA Matt Nagy and the Bears last year. Granted, Justin Fields, I'm not going to kill the pick, but that was the thought behind it. And then you look at the Lions. All right, no quarterback on the board. What do we need? Boy, we haven't gotten to the quarterback in a long time. Aiden Hutchinson, best player on the board. Hey, you know what? We're going to trade up 20 picks to swap picks and give up pick number 66 with the Vikings. All right. We're going to take the best wide receiver on most teams' boards going into the draft before he was injured. That's not a thing that happens in Detroit. And again, low expectations, low franchise history, pathetic 58 years. All know the story. But that's a high-level draft. That's like Baltimore-esque, Pittsburgh-esque. That's how you draft. That's how you move up in the draft. That's how you trade back and get capital. That's how you maneuver. And I think the altering decision, obviously it comes with Brad Holmes, but I think they're starting to really operate like a football team would. And what was the conversation? All leading up to the draft. Packers are trading up for a wide receiver. Packers are trading up. Who's going to trade up with the Philadelphia Eagles? Nobody talked about the Lions trading up. It wasn't even a thought. You know who thought of it? Brad Holmes did. And he was willing to give up more than what he gave up. Which means he had every intention of making sure he surrounded this quarterback with a weapon in Jameson Williams, because it was vital to him to understand, all right, I can't put out another 3-win product this year, number one. But number two, if I'm going to go draft a quarterback next year, Terry, because I don't like this draft class, I want him to walk into a situation where there's actually weapons across the field. And I think you have a GM in town right now that's really thinking at a high level. I think the highest level, which isn't saying much given how shit the past GMs have been in Detroit, but at the highest level this organization has ever had.
It is, and here's another thing he did. From talking to Lions coaches and players before, it's always, we take what the defense will give us. When you draft a speedy wide receiver, you're altering things. Now you're forcing the defense to adjust to you. All I ever hear whenever I go to Allen Park, we're adjusting to this, we're adjusting to that. How about you make somebody adjust to you now and then? And that's what they're doing if this all works out. Aiden Hutchinson. Offenses have to adjust to you now. With the wide receiver. Defenses have to adjust to you. They're like, okay, this dude can fly, so we got to alter our defense. Never really heard that with the Lions, except when Barry Sanders was there. That's the only guy that people had the game plan for. Now you got a game plan for at least two new people.
Yeah, again, scheming for the Lions on defense is very difficult as an opposing defense. All right, they can run the ball anytime. That's frustrating. Now, as a linebacker, as a safety, I have to take that step 2-3 steps forward possibly on the play action. I have to commit. Unless Jared Goff just sucks at selling it, I have to commit. Because if I don't, that's a 7-8 yard run if they get past the D-line. That's the problem. They're a very difficult team to game plan for, I believe. And yeah, look, I'm not saying all the players are going to work out. I'm not telling you Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, first ballot Hall of Famers. I don't need them to be. I don't. What I know is they're not operating like the Cleveland Browns, like the Detroit Lions, like some of the worst franchises have over the last 20 years. They're just not. And I see the difference. Now, again, is it going to translate this year to a division-winning team? A wild card winning team? Probably not. I'm not stupid. I know by year 3, Dan Campbell should, if he's a good enough coach, be able to win with this football team. I understand you want a franchise quarterback. Cool, you get him next year. Oh, well, Adam, you can't guarantee, and if they get better, they're going to be picking higher. Yeah, trade up. Mahomes fell to 10. No, was Mahomes Bryce Young in terms of stature coming out of college? No. So what? Make your move. And who better to make the move than Brad Holmes? Terry, I think the Lions are in a really good position moving forward with this guy as their GM. They have 2 more decisions to make that I would say complete the process of, changing the trajectory of your franchise. He's got to get the quarterback right, and he's got to get the head coach right. And if the head coach is already there right now, cool. I have no problem with that. But you're going to have to figure that out. There's no team that just wins with... He
has no say in getting the coach right because he didn't pick him.
For now, yes. But if Campbell doesn't work out, that will be one of, if not his biggest decision outside of drafting a franchise quarterback.
The thing that I worry about, and this would be same old Lions, if he feels Campbell's not the guy, does he have latitude to get rid of him?
I'd imagine so. I'd like to think so. If he doesn't, I would be concerned.
I would. But does he have to go through Chris Spielman and Barry Sanders and Sheila Hamp and all that stuff? Lions, the hierarchy in the past has said, no, we're not going to do this. We want to do this a certain way. So we need to find out if Brad Holmes has total control of that franchise. And we won't know that until he feels that Dan Campbell may not be the guy. And even then we may not find out because Campbell and Holmes, what they're doing, and this is smart, is they just tell us every time they go out how much, I was thinking that, and guess what? Brad Holmes was thinking it too. He was thinking the same thing. He woke up thinking the same thing I thought. So they're trying to say that we're linked. We're like brothers, but you have to do that so you don't have the questions coming up. Well, Brad, you didn't pick this guy. So they're squashing that by saying we think the same thing every day. I wanted an edge rusher, and so did Dan Campbell. I wanted a running back, and so did Dan Campbell.
I don't mean this in an insulting way. I really don't. But
you're going to be insulting.
I get the vibe of Brad Holmes. Look, Dan Campbell's no idiot, all right? Or at least I don't believe he's an idiot. He really scored a lot of points with me last year with the Anthony Lynn decision. So I'm going to take it at face value and say Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, I think, agree more times than not. I think it's because Brad Holmes has given Dan Campbell a lot of reasons why Dan Campbell should have faith in him. So when Brad says jump, Dan will say how high. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think Brad Holmes walked in. You saw the Penei Sewell pick. They were both excited, pounding the table. Last year, the dynamic was it was too new to understand anything. You saw Amon-Ra St. Brown slip through, and there's a 4th-round steal. Oh, wow. All right, that draft looks really good now. And then you head into this year, and I think Dan Campbell looks at Brad Holmes and says, hey, you know what? I just need football players.
All right.
Give me football players.
Let me warn you about the optics of, hey, we got our guy. If Campbell, and we saw all that, and it's in an area that typically teams don't show. They didn't want to show the war room before because there would be disagreement. Now, if there's disagreement, we wouldn't have seen anything. So I can buy that, yeah, maybe they were in agreement on that. But I would warn you that some of that could be acting. Some of that could be contrived. Some of that can be marketing. Some of that can be, we want to show that we have a united front. Just warning you. There's acting.
I'm sure there is, and it's
pro
good
sports.
PR, and I think it's not a bad thing. I don't want my GM and, you look at even John Lynch and Cal Shanahan. There was a lot of misguided comments made prior to the draft, not this past season, but the year prior. Trey Lance, Mac Jones, who's it going to be? Happy with Jimmy Garoppolo or not? Are they going to go Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase? John was here with Mac Jones, it seemed like, and Kyle was all Trey Lance, but then again, it seemed Kyle wanted Mac Jones at times. You could just you never knew, but they were never on the same page either. So, disagreement isn't a bad thing. I don't want somebody agreeing with
disagreement works sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want somebody,
a lot of times.
I don't want somebody agreeing with me all the time. I want people to tell me I'm wrong. It helps a ton. Maddie does a great job of that. So that's also very important. So ideally, yes, their relationship evolves where Dan speaks for himself, not as an extension of Brad Holmes. I think that would be beneficial. But we will take a quick break. Terry, when we get back, Tigers split the doubleheader. You told me you went to a Tigers game. I kind of want to get your feedback on what the stadium looks like, because it looks pretty empty from where I'm watching.
I know what colors the seats are. I'll just say that.
Maddie, could you tell us where we can find the best defense on and off the field?
Yes, I can. Guardian Alarm. They keep you safe and give you peace of mind with their 24/7 local monitoring, whether you're at home or on the road. They'll make sure what's important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for peace of mind. That's right. You heard Fish. 1-800-STAY-OUT today and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. So, Terry.
Yes.
Don't give me that face.
I think Adham was
How
upset.
was the Tigers game yesterday?
I did not go yesterday. I went on...
Oh, you went on Monday.
I went Monday.
Oh.
It was a game that I didn't expect, but they scored runs, so that part was great. The atmosphere, which is a huge part of why I like to go to Tiger games, was not there. First of all, there weren't many people there. I like to go to the Pepsi porch and up there and hang out with people and talk, but there weren't many people there. And then you look in the stands, and I don't know why they did this. You can sit anywhere you want, but you still have ushers that are trying to keep you out of areas. I just blew by them and sat where I wanted to.
Wow, Terry. Did you tell them who you are?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Don't you know who the F I am?
Yeah, that probably certainly helped.
I didn't do that one. Never would, because I'm a nobody. But
okay.
It just wasn't. The atmosphere wasn't.
You
there.
do have to consider it is a holiday. A lot of people are traveling, whether it's up north.
True.
So you got to take
But
that into consideration.
when the team
a little
is
bit.
good, a lot of people go to that Monday game on Memorial Day.
And sadly, they're not good.
Yeah, you might get. I don't know what the crowd was announced.
I will look it up.
Whatever it is, it's not true.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that announced crowd is.
I'm sure that's the bought seats, but not in attendance, right? Isn't that how it works?
Or they
some
lie.
games are sold out, but you'll see a few seats open.
Did you go to the afternoon game?
Yes.
15,191.
That's probably accurate. All right. I'll give him credit. That sounds pretty good. But it just, wasn't the Tigers and summer and the people. But I met some nice people, though. But it just wasn't that roar, that rush that I'm accustomed to. Of course, I'm comparing it when Justin Verlander's with the team and Miggy was actually hitting home runs. So there was some nice, there was Minnesota Twin and Cleveland Guardian fans at that game Monday.
Made sense. They just played the series before.
Guardian people said, hey, we're going to stick around. It's a nice day. But it just wasn't, Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers have been a tough watch. They did split the doubleheader yesterday with the Twins. Cody Clemens made his debut. That was nice to see. 0 for 3, though. Not the best. By the way, Spencer Torkelson is so meh. Not as a player, just how he's playing as of late. He has games where if he hits, we just give him a hit. It's typically a multi-hit game. And then he'll follow up with a hitless performance, and a hitless performance, and a hitless performance, and then go 3 for 4.
But doesn't he seem like he's
definitely getting into his zone?
Yeah, he's getting into a groove now.
Yeah. I mean,
he's not hitting home runs.
No, but he did this in the minors last year. Both times he got called up. A really slow start, and then he would lead the circuit in home runs and RBIs, and then he would leave and hits, and then he'd go to the next circuit, and then he would do the same slow start, and then absolutely dominate. So he is...
Torkelson, to me, I have a term called lathered up. He's got to get lathered up. Because
Oh, don't look at me. Get out.
Oh, well, anyway.
Lathered up.
He does start cold, and lathered up means you're getting warm, you're getting sweaty, and you're starting to be productive. Man, we're about 125,000.
Now, how much for you, Terry?
I think I can get Terry at, like, what, 10K?
He didn't say no.
I'm not messing with dudes, so no.
Oh, well, okay, a chick.
Well, she's fine, You don't
even need to pay. That's what I'm saying.
Give me 0K.
Yeah, you don't need to. That's what I'm saying. Oh, God.
God bless.
But
God bless you, Maddie.
Obviously, the Tigers are not resonating with this community now.
Nope.
What would it take for you? Because I
have the answer.
What must they do for you to say, you know what? I am going to follow them. I might go to some games.
You ever watch the show Big Fat Loser?
I have.
All right. So what they need to do is submit an open public application for Avila to go on Big Fat Loser. And during his time there, right, he sends off a resignation letter to focus on his health. So while he's focusing on his health, this team goes out and gets
Are you sure it's not The Biggest Loser?
No, there's Big Fat Loser.
Okay.
Oh, is it? It's probably Biggest Loser.
Okay.
But yeah, you get the point. It's for fat people to get in shape.
About.
Yeah, bring back
and change their lives. It's a good show.
Back to my childhood.
All you need is for Avila to lose 75 pounds and submit his resignation.
Yes, more so the resignation. If he wants to take care of his body and be healthy, great for him. Good for him. If he doesn't, that's fine. I don't care. Just resign. It's been 8 years,
Well,
Terry.
he's not going to do that.
I don't know any other organization right now in sports. Hell, Dan Snyder, Quinn Snyder, excuse me, is stepping down 8 years after having nothing but success, postseason after postseason after postseason with the Jazz. This guy hasn't gotten you to the playoffs since what? Second year of or first year with what's his face? The horrible manager, Brad Osmus.
Mm-hmm.
Year one, he got to the playoffs, I believe. And when they said they were going to go into a rebuild and they were going to spend, they spent on horrible players. They drafted a ton of pitching, all high school pitchers for the most part. They drafted 3 bats in the first round in his time here. Riley Green, Torkelson, and there's one more who is not even called up. I forget his name. So I don't understand how 8 years any of you need to see anything more. And don't talk to me about, well, Adam, you thought they were going to win the Central. Yeah. They have one of the best managers in baseball who won you 77 games last year. What manager's doing that with that Tigers team last year?
No. But there is another critical stage coming up with your guy. You know, Avila wears Foompa pants.
What the hell is that?
Foompa pants are Sansa belts. That means they expand. Let's say you're 44 in the waist. You can buy 40s and they'll expand to 44. So you can say I wear 40s even though I'm a 44 because they just expand. So he wears Foompa pants. So
really
you
stupid.
get that big belly in the front, but you're fitting in pants that are technically smaller.
Two things need to happen, in my opinion. Avila needs to resign, and Chris Ilitch needs to man up. And if he doesn't want to man up and take this seriously, because let's face it, Avila's running it for him. He has zero interest in this baseball team. Do me a favor, Chris. If you don't want to turn this team around, if you want to keep Al Bundy in charge, do me a favor. Keep the Pistons. Do it. Keep the Red Wings. Stick to the Wings. You got Yzerman leading that charge. No worries. Do me a favor. Sell the team. Don't waste my time.
I already got an owner.
Who?
Matt Ishbia.
There you go. Don't waste my time, the public's time, Tigers fans' time. Please don't. If you don't want to be a part of operations, and your job as an owner is to be a part of operations and to make sure that your operation is delivering a winning product. If you're not interested in that, Chris, do me a favor and get the hell out. Not interested. Do I need you to be like your dad, cavalier, reckless, spending it? No. But put people in charge that can put together a good baseball product. You don't just luck into AJ Hinch and I forgive you for 8 years. Hinch won't even be here by the end of the year if you keep this up.
The clock's ticking on AJ Hinch. I'm telling you.
So
he'll look at this organization. He'll walk.
You guys can say what you want. At the end of the day, Ilitch is not interested in running this team. Avila is the vice president, or I believe the president and the general manager.
Mm-hmm.
He is running that company, that team, everything about it. What he's not doing. Well, your farm system? Well, Adam, they called up Riley Green and Torkelson. Guys, Tork's batting 200. Not even. Riley Green's going to come in bat 400, let's say, for the whole year. 40 home runs. You think it's going to change your team? Nobody else is hitting. You have a hitting issue. And your pitching, yes, amazing. Pitching better than expected. Great. Where's the talent? Where? 8 years to show for what? You traded JD and Justin Verlander for what? A bag of dicks. You got nothing for it. You got nothing. And I'm supposed to sit here and be nice?
I think it's a bag of penises.
Oh, God.
No, but to me, that was the deal breaker there. Was Avila got nothing for JD and JV. The other thing that scares me is when Mike Ilitch didn't come in all bent on spending money. He was very conservative at the beginning. Then he was like, hey, you know what? We're losing money. We're losing fans. So then he became that guy. He wanted extra for the Tigers team. He wanted to sign high-price free agents. Every move he made, the family, and Chris Ilitch is part of that family, were against it. They didn't want him didn't want him to sign certain players. They didn't even want him to put the Tiger statues in the ballpark. But Mike Ilitch is like, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. So I'm going to spend. I'm going to put my little statues up here. I'm going to put my little artwork. I'm going to have my tiger eyes light up. So the family was against that because, from what I understand from talking to people, their passion for owning the baseball team wasn't the same as it was for owning the hockey team. So get rid of the baseball team.
Please do.
Sell it to somebody that wants to do something.
Look, I'm not saying the Mets are the way you go about business and you just spend and spend and spend until you get it right. I'm not telling you to put yourself or your team in debt. But what I'm telling you is, for 8 years, you have nothing to show for. Nothing. Nothing. I can't help you. If you can't even get rid of the guy who's been in charge, how am I supposed to take you as an owner seriously? Right. If you're watching a guy repeatedly F up year after year after year, delivering you crap after crap after crap season. Well, yeah.
And Bro Hammer, here's the other thing that's an indictment on Avila. American League Central is not the cream of the crop.
No.
As far as baseball teams are concerned. You know, Minnesota hits home runs, but they're not really good. Chicago White Sox, all right. Cleveland Guardians / Indians, maybe the cream of the crop, over the last few years, but they're not special. Kansas City, not special.
You ready for this? I mentioned earlier Quinn Snyder could resign in the coming days, weeks.
Sure.
As the Utah Jazz's head coach. Year 1, 38-44. Mm-hmm. Year 2, 40-42. They get Donovan Mitchell. The rest is history. 50-win seasons in 3 of the upcoming 6 years. 372 wins, 264 losses, 59% win rate, 21 playoff victories. He's won a series. And let's see. What's the number I'm looking for here? In 4 of his 6 postseason appearances. This is...
If he's won a series, he should be under the heat.
Well, in each of those seasons is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And my point is, he's resigning, and they're getting to the playoffs, and they're winning their... We're sitting here losing 100 games almost every season. Talking about Avila. Wow, I've never been more confident in a GM in my life. God give me patience. We got to go to break. When we get back, who's your tiger? Avila's my tiger. That's who's my tiger. We'll be back in a bit. But Maddie, could you tell us about Strawberry Fest over at Big Boy, please?
Yes, I can. The Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy, and let me tell you, it is delicious. They brought back some of the fan favorites, like the strawberry French toast, hotcakes, and waffles. And if you don't want breakfast, don't worry. They have a new strawberry bacon chicken wrap and a strawberry salad as well. And let's not forget about the very delicious strawberry pie they have for just $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more. So head on over to your local Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Adham, I want to know who your tiger is.
Avila.
No, it's not.
He's my Lord and Savior. I'm transitioning. I'm officially converting my religion, and I will become an Avila supporter. Okay. For the betterment of this company and for the fan base.
Avilist?
I'm an Avilist, yep. Avila is my tiger. And you know what's great about him being my tiger? He's everything I want in a Detroit Tiger. Fat, lazy, a loser, no idea how to build a winner.
You're so dramatic.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, is he fat?
I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
Is
I'm not
Avila
fat shaming. I'm just calling it. Look, again, put the camera on Fish, please.
Thank God.
Fish, you're skinny as hell.
Thank you.
It's not a compliment.
Well,
that was rude.
He's a twig.
I know.
Is that a bad thing?
You just
Yes,
said it's not
it
a
is.
compliment.
No, I don't mean it as a compliment. I'm just saying what it is. Is he skinny or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Fish is skinny.
All right.
Okay.
Was
Is Avila
Precious
fat?
was Precious fat back in the day? Yes or no? Yes or no? Just answer the question.
Yes.
All right. Is Avila fat?
Yes.
All right.
Is
I'm
the
not
Why do
illusion?
you always make me say things I don't want to say?
Because you have to get comfortable with saying things people don't like to hear.
He's a fat loser.
I always say things people don't like to hear,
It's different.
but I don't want to say things that I don't want to say. How about that?
Okay.
We just want you to tell the truth. That's all.
I do tell the truth. I'm a terrible liar. Ask Adam. I can't do it.
She can't.
I literally
Like
can't.
literally, Terry, if your life depended on it, you might as well just put a bullet in your head.
Wow.
No chance.
It's a little harsh, but just a slight bit harsh.
If you saw the text messages and emails I saw yesterday, zero chance, dude.
Wow.
Zero chance. Oh
man.
God, Terry, who's your tiger then?
I think.
And what's up with attendance? I mean, what are they gonna have to do to turn this around?
Win. It's pretty simple.
Hit the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
win, score some runs.
You know, they won 3 out of 4 games or something. No, they won. Yeah, like 5 out of 8 games or something. Even then, they only averaged 3.4 runs a game, which is better than the 2.2 runs a game they were averaging before. But I think, you know, we're going off the marketing thing the Tigers had. Who is your Tiger? So if it were me, I'd have to say Miguel Cabrera. Even though he's past his milestones, even though you know, he's finishing up his career, he is still the most productive guy on this team. And what he's doing this year is not great. He should just be one of the guys if this was a normal Tiger team, instead of being still the guy.
My tiger legitimately would be Tarek Skubal. That's my guy. That's the ace of this team. He's phenomenal.
And
He's doing
pitching
so
today.
well.
He's pitching tonight.
Oh, hell yeah, he is. Feeling good about it. Kevin Neuschman. Using his fat as a knock against Avila as a GM is just lazy. All right, Kevin. Listen up, bitch. Listen very carefully.
Here it comes.
All right? The last 5 GMs that have won a World Series title, go Google them all. None of them are fat. I wish I was lying. Him being fat is just what he is. I'm not critical of Avila because he's fat. I'm critical because for 8 years he sucked.
Maybe he's just big boned.
Just a caveat, or an addition to him sucking for 8 years, is that he's also fat, and I call him Al Bundy. And if he doesn't like it, he can either A, get in shape, or B, win.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have called Matt Patricia Fatty Matty. I wouldn't have called him that, but he was a loser. Nobody hates on Andy Reid. I love Andy Reid. He can have all the double cheeseburgers he wants. He wins.
Oh, he's eating that Kansas City barbecue.
100%. So you can be fat. I have no problem with fat people. I have fat siblings. All good. I have fat cousins. All good.
But when if you're fat?
But if you're a loser, sorry. You're not going to get nice things said about you. That's just the truth.
And is it what the last 5 NFL teams too?
The last 5 NFL GMs also, outside of Bill Belichick, but I guess you can't count him because he's so old. But the last 5 NFL GMs also all in shape.
Right.
That won the Super Bowl. So try clearing that up.
Corey says that Avila ain't black, so he can't be big boned.
Oh, that's right. Only we can be big bone. That's right.
Oh, God. Oh, God. You guys are funny.
And Adam learned something today.
What?
About black people with big bones.
I
They're not
didn't
fat.
know. Yeah,
they're just
I
big
honestly, I
bone.
didn't even know that was a thing.
Right.
So I just tagged along. I had no idea what the hell was going on. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, man. Before we go, one more question for you, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason to keep Al Avila? Honestly, look, am I being too harsh? I don't think I am.
No, there's no reason to keep him. This is.
Would you keep Matt Millen?
Matt Millen got a contract extension.
So
when he
did Al.
sucked. Yeah, and so did Al. And there's an undisclosed one, so we don't know how long it is. But no, there's no reason to keep him. This is 8 years. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the other thing, there's a deadline coming up, the trade deadline. Do you want him to be in charge of that? First of all, the Tigers said the rebuild is over.
What are they going to do at the deadline? They're going to be aggressive?
Or are they going to sell?
Or are they going to sell? Again, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. There's no reason to keep him. You have a manager in place. Do whatever it takes to keep him here, because you lucked into A.J. Hinch, and I think he's still a top 5 manager in baseball. And yes, the team sucks, and yes, the team is hurt. I don't care. Avila's responsibility is to have depth and a farm system, neither of which are the case. And excuse me, when you pick in the top 10 for a 7-year stretch, no crap, MLB.com is going to rank you as one of the top farm systems in baseball. All you do is lose every year.
Right.
Start winning. Start making winning moves. I'm so tired of this guy.
The Tigers have to become aggressive because, and like I've said before, the clock is ticking on A.J. Hinch walking away from this franchise. And that would be a disaster if he does. So how do you show him you're serious about winning? You get rid of Avila. How do you show him that you're serious about winning? Chris Illich has got to step up and spend for multiple free agents. Stop thinking like a businessman and think more like someone trying to build a franchise. So now you've got to convince AJ you're serious about this. The Tigers are not serious. 8 straight losing seasons. 7 of the 8 you've been below 40% winning. You said you're not rebuilding anymore, but it sure looks like a rebuild to me.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. When we get back, I have some more data for you.
I love data.
To support my theory. And we got to discuss some Red Wings as well. But before we do, I got to tell you where you can win a ton of money tonight. Bet on the under between the Lightning and the Rangers tonight. And you can do it on mybookie.com. Sign up today using code Woodward. Bet from anywhere, anytime using MyBookie. And as always, if you suck at gambling and you're a loser or you just have a problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Don't mind me. I'm just counting my winnings from last night. But hey, before we get to some more winners, I got to tell you about my new favorite app, oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and the best thing is you can track all the different odds at all the sports books right in the palm of your hand. So let's get back to that winner. We're going to roll with the under in the Tiger game. We know Scooble. He's just Scooble, and he's a great pitcher. Tigers can't hit. oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. Check it out.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Curious, though, on the last topic, is there anything that the Tigers can do to get more people in attendance?
Yeah.
Besides winning?
Get rid of Avila. I will buy season tickets if they do it.
That's not the whole reason, though.
You really think that people are going to start going?
100%.
No.
And, like, people that aren't like you?
So I would go because of that reason.
Well, yeah, you're one person.
Okay, that's you.
Yeah.
Also,
you
the
were
last five,
atypical.
But, like, think
GMs,
about the people that, like, go just to go for the experience.
I'm giving them hope.
Of the
I'm giving them
Tigers.
hope. What I'm doing is I'm getting rid of this GM. I'm bringing in a new GM, ideally who's in shape, because the last 5 Stanley Cup champion GMs also are all in shape.
Okay,
Terry, I wish I was making this
Give
up.
me something different.
Okay.
All right.
They
Hit
have
the
to.
damn
They have
ball
to
and
be.
score some runs.
There we go.
With a team that's limited on offense, yeah, okay, that's going to happen.
I think they have to get around 500. If this team is around 500, then you can see playoffs down the road or something. And I think that would invigorate this town. That means they would win.
I think if they did like a $5 beer night.
I think if they did a Tinder night or an auction night.
A Tinder night?
Tinder night. How would that work?
Just, everyone in the stadium.
No, if they did
that night, they would download the app.
If they had buy one, get one half off beers one night, I think it would bring in a crowd.
Dollar dog night. Shout out to the audience.
That's one night.
Dollar slice, but
I'm talking
once a
about
week.
every night.
Like once a week, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cleveland does Dollar Dog Night once
Sometimes
every few
all it
weeks.
takes is bringing people into Comerica
Gotta love
Park.
Dollar Dog
I mean, there's
Night.
so many
Oh.
people that just
How do you
have
not?
never been and don't go because they don't know and they're not going to go see a losing team. But maybe if they go and have a good time, regardless of if they win or lose, they would have attendance.
Could be cheaper
I
tickets
will
too.
be going to a Tigers game very soon, and it'll all be recorded, Terry. And I'm going to go dressed as Avila.
He's not kidding.
I'm not joking.
We planned this yesterday.
So we planned it out yesterday. I'm going to get it one of those fat costumes,
Yeah, the little.
I'm going to get the mask over to,
So you can have the bozo
bald
look?
cap. Yep, and I'll get the hair on the sides. And I'm going to walk around as Avila that day. And I am going to just interview a bunch of fans that are at the game. And I'm going to tell them about my amazing trades that I've made. When I traded away J.D. Martinez and Justin Verlander. When I signed Upton Zimmerman. When I drafted a bunch of high school pitchers. When I drafted a bunch of nothing outside of Target School Ball all these years. When I drafted Casey Mize over a kid who in St. Louis right now is absolutely crushing. But hey, I'm Avila.
Yep.
I'm safe.
No, you're not safe. If there might be some clowns who really think you're Avila, they might beat you up.
Don't worry. I'm going to go with a big Fire Avila sign. We'll see if they kick me out.
Okay.
You
Feeling
actually
good
may
about
be
it.
kicked out.
Will they kick you out?
I doubt it. Oh my god.
I mean, they could.
That's what the Lions do. The Lions kick people out for inappropriate signs.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Tigers
The
do
Tigers could say it's inappropriate. What do they say? Discrimination? I don't know.
that. No, I
They
think the
could pull that.
Tigers.
I don't think they would kick me out.
Now, there's
Can
a
we get
few
confirmation on that?
years ago,
They
somebody
could.
had some signs the Tigers didn't like, but they let them keep them.
Did
Yeah,
they?
there you
Okay.
go.
Didn't keep
Where
them
should
out.
I stand? Where should I buy my seats? Left field? Center? No.
Don't
not
even
center.
buy seats. Just walk around
No,
the stadium.
I would just have standing room tickets.
Yeah. Just walk around the stadium.
Yeah, I never buy seats. Very
I
rarely.
love the Pepsi porch.
Right.
So what do you buy? Just standing
Or
room
go
only?
behind the home dugout because that's
Mm-hmm.
where everything is recorded.
Yeah. Like, what'd you buy on Monday? Was that standing room only?
Actually, I bought a real ticket from
Oh.
a scalper.
You did one of those.
He had a $30 seat for it was a $40 seat for $10.
Wow. It's pretty
That's
good.
what
What's
I
your
did.
face? What is wrong
I'm
with
thinking what I'm going to do. So the sign I'm going to have is going to be Fire Avila, and then under it, I'm going to either fat shame him or I'm just going to list out all of the transactions he's made.
You're going to
I
have to
think-
have a massive cardboard for that.
He needs one of those things that you put over your head, and it's got information on the back and information on the back.
I don't know what you're
like,
talking
you know,
about,
like
but
the
it seems
two
great.
pieces of board.
Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
overall kind of?
Exactly.
Not really? All right, yeah, I'm down.
Or get one of those big boards that the Jesus people hold.
We gotta work
in
on
Detroit,
that. So,
and they
you know
yell
what?
at their megaphones.
Don't they have interns and young people here?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Get them to do one
Let's
for
go.
you.
Let's go. Start it today.
Okay.
They got to start making signs today.
Owen, are you here?
Owen?
When are you
Noah?
going?
Oh, Noah's not here today. It's Wednesday, right?
Owen's here though.
Owen's here.
Oh, but he's late.
He's late. Great.
No, like he's late tonight because it's inside the locker room.
Oh, okay, good. Well, Owen,
Inside the locker
get to
room,
work
how
on
do
the
you know?
signs, buddy.
Oh, Roman's here. Roman.
Roman
you can
and
work on
Noah,
the
or
lines.
Roman and Owen will take care of it.
Yeah.
God,
They
that's
got
weird
this.
to say back to back. Roman and Owen.
Do you have
Yeah,
a
it
date
is.
for when you're going?
I'll probably go to a Friday game or this Saturday. So I don't know. Whenever we get the signs, I'll just buy tickets.
Well, you know what?
I'll go stand. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand. I'm going to get a seat on the opposing dugout.
Oh,
so I'm
that's smart.
facing the Tigers dugout with all my signs.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
But no.
Why?
I'm telling you, it's
Whoa.
not a good idea.
What do you
Why?
mean no?
Because want to be on their side of the dugout because every time they come in and out of the dugout, they're
They'll
looking
see you.
at
Oh, okay. So I should buy seats
and
on
that's
that
where
side
they
of the
record
dugout.
everything is on the home dugout, so you'll always be on camera.
All right, good. Or should I get right behind home plate?
You could do that too.
Yeah, but they're
Right
gonna be,
behind home plate would be fantastic.
but they're going to be wicked expensive.
Who cares, buddy?
Okay.
It's wicked
I'm
awesome.
trying to get this guy fired.
Okay.
It's worth it.
I'm gonna. All right.
Okay.
Okay, warning.
Go to
you
break.
have a-
I'm gonna
Where's,
buy you.
where's Raj's tickets? Okay, we gotta go to
You
break.
have a higher
Wait, but
chance
before
of
we go
getting
to break,
taken
I need you
out.
to tell me about Planet Fitness, please. No, okay. How about
Hey, idiot! Planet Fitness.
How about I'll tell you about Alta instead?
I'm
This
gonna
is
throw
great.
something at you.
Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes time
What
to
was
getting
wrong
your
with you?
job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction. If you have a big project coming up, Alta Rents has got you covered. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
If you're like Avila, you need to get over to Planet Fitness and get in shape. Your fitness is essential. Believe me, you don't want to end up like
Home
him,
of the Judgment
a
Free
loser
Zone.
and out of shape. $0 down, $10 a month. Guys, trust me, being in the gym is such a stress reliever. It helps you so much. Get in shape. Take your mental and physical health seriously and get to Planet Fitness, whether it's at planetfitness.com or one of their many Metro Detroit locations. It's mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat while I purchase my Tigers tickets.
Oh my God. Okay,
It
mailbag
is
time.
super hot in here.
Let us see. Is there any questions? There's not even any questions in the chat.
Guys, what's wrong with you? Stop being lazy. Ask some questions.
Okay,
What's wrong with you guys?
Don't be like Avila. Get your questions in the chat. Oh, here we go. What Detroit area... Wait, what? What food do you look forward to in the summer months in Detroit? Terry, this is a good one for you.
Yeah, it is.
My favorite is Bakersfield.
Oh, we're talking about restaurants?
Yeah.
You know, I like Union Assembly.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Good one.
I've been there like 4 or 5 times. I went there with my son too. They make really good drinks, and my go-to there is their chicken sliders with their fries. That's what I get all the time. I'm gonna switch up next time, but I don't know what I'm gonna get.
I'm a big fan of all the restaurants that have like open doors or rooftops. Like I love having the outdoors.
That
So
has both.
Bakersfield is one of my favorites. They have the best spicy margaritas and shrimp tacos. That's my go-to.
I'm down on Bakersfield though,
Yeah, so good.
because no, I'm down like I'm not going there.
Why?
Last time I
bad
went there,
experience?
they ran out of food.
Oh, well, that's stupid.
Well, you went during COVID, didn't you?
No, it was after COVID.
Oh.
They said they ran out of food.
What time was it again?
It was 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
It was a Tigers game that day.
How post-COVID was it? Because restaurants had a hard time like figuring out how much food they should bring in because they didn't have staff and they could only have a few people in there. So you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's been a rough time for the service industry. So.
All right, I'll go back. But next time I go back, you better have some damn food.
They do.
Don't they do?
I went back.
Don't
like
they
2
do
weeks
really
ago.
good tacos?
They have great tacos.
Yeah, they no tacos.
I think
for Terry.
I like what Jack is suggesting. Raj, excuse me. Wow, I am so congested. Raj dresses up as Chris Illich, and I dress up as Avila. That might work.
Pretty cool.
And go through the stadium together like buddies.
I like
Put your
that.
arms around each other.
So I think what we're going to do is June 10th. Next Friday.
Okay.
Next Friday we're going to go. I'll take Justin with me. He'll record it all.
Yeah.
Document it. And I'll just stand behind home plate yelling, "Fire Avila" after every pitch.
Hell yeah.
They can't kick me out for that, can they?
Well,
No.
I mean, they can.
They
But
can tell you to shut up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But I'm not heckling the players, right?
No.
I mean, technically, they could kick you out
You're
for
not
anything.
No, just
but-
don't say anything racist or
Yeah, no, I don't do that
sexist,
stuff.
and you're good.
When you're not like aiming it at a player.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
it's-
saying. Has anybody in the chat ever been thrown out of a game?
Well,
I
they
would like to
probably
know.
haven't said any stuff like "Fire Avila."
Well, I'll be there Friday, June 10th. If you guys want to watch, I'll be behind home plate. It's going to be fun. It's
I
going to
think
be
I'm
fun.
supposed to be at that game.
Oh.
I
I'm
might
going with my
change the
friend,
date, though,
Buns.
because it's only row 9. I want, like, the first row behind home plate.
Well, you
so-
might not be getting it until September.
Well, why don't we go during the day one time?
Yeah, day game.
We'll do a day game after our show. Oh. And we'll go down.
Thanks for
On a
inviting
Thursday.
me. Yeah.
Well, we can go as the morning crew.
They got a Thursday game this Thursday. Tomorrow at 1:10. Tigers Twins.
Sure do.
How do you
Maybe
know?
I'll
I'm
go to
looking,
that
I'm looking.
tomorrow.
Chill out.
Go- Oh, you can't have the signs by tomorrow, though.
Well, I mean, realistically,
Why?
the signs.
They may not be able to produce
Terry,
them
have
that
you ever
quick.
been kicked out of a game?
Never.
Okay, Maddie, Terry doesn't say anything
All
bad.
right.
This
And
idiot's going to come in and
tomorrow's game,
start.
I can get tickets for row 2.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
1:10
Yes.
start.
At 1:10?
Yep,
1:10.
1:10. Tigers Twins.
All right.
I can't take Justin with me. We have
I'll
work.
go.
I need Justin
Or
there.
take Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Lentz.
Ryan Lentz.
I
I'll
told
take
you
Ryan
to take
Lentz.
him. Ryan Lentz.
Ryan, you're going to come
Ryan, we're going to Tigers game tomorrow.
Woo!
Thanks for inviting me, idiot.
Fish.
Yes.
Shut the hell up.
Okay.
Isn't Corey supposed to be the king of photography?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah,
Tiger
he's doing
stuff.
Lion
Or
stuff.
football stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to buy tickets.
This is a really great mailbag.
Yeah, why
Yeah, I
don't you wait
apologize.
till
Let's get to
5
questions.
minutes?
Who's a better option in fantasy, Swift or Hawkinson? I would go running back.
Hey,
Definitely Swift.
Terry, who's your current favorite Detroit sports athlete?
Ooh.
Avila.
No,
Definitely
he's
an
not
athlete.
an
He's not an
athlete.
athlete.
Definitely
very
he's an athlete. Have you
unathletic.
seen his physique?
I don't know if I have one. You know what? Probably Mo Sider.
Good choice.
No.
All right,
Stafford or Russell Wilson? Who's better off, the Rams or the Broncos?
The Rams. They just won a Super Bowl.
I just wanted to make sure you were going to say
How
the
does that
right
make
answer.
any sense?
I go Rams.
Yeah,
Yes.
that doesn't-
Just trying to make sure it's a legitimate question in the chat.
These people are insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, he's asking a question. Maybe he didn't know. That's not an insane
What
question.
is the
wanted to
best
ask
side
questions.
dish for grilled food?
Grilled food?
Yeah.
Anything. French
My
fries,
go-to
mac
side
and
dish whenever I
cheese.
barbecue is either mashed
tots.
potatoes with the skin in it or
Grilled asparagus.
asparagus is good. I'm a big peppers guy.
Peppers?
Yeah,
I was
grilled
gonna
peppers.
go. We make this rice that has almonds in it and like a green vegetable.
Give me all
So
that.
rice,
I like this question.
special rice.
Tigers Tinder night. Who gets to second base first? A fan or a Tiger?
Wow. Probably a fan.
No, not probably. It will
Tigers
be a
ain't getting
fan.
anywhere near second base.
Tell him, Fish.
Eek.
Although when I went to the game, the Tigers scored 6 runs.
They did. They look pretty good,
Maybe
too.
you're the good luck charm, Terry.
Could be.
Grilled burger or grilled dogs?
Burger.
Lentz, are you available tomorrow? I need to know before I buy these damn tickets.
Why don't you go
Well, the
back
good thing
there,
is we can
dingbat?
go back there and ask them because
Yeah.
the show is over.
I'm
got
trying to
1
check
minute.
out right now.
So thank you
Okay,
so much,
you can't
everybody,
wait
for
one- I'm
joining
gonna
us.
stand.
Thank
We
you
got
all for joining and putting
big
up with me. I
things
appreciate
coming.
it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's getting hot in
very
here now.
hard. We
It
love
is.
you. Have a great
No,
day.
we don't love you,
Happy
Avila.
hump day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Go Scotland!
All right.